Now on News 8 at noon, preparing for a presidential visit. Hello, I'm Emily Leonard.
And I'm Tom Hillen. Let's start you off with a live look at the White House, where we should see Marine One take off in just moments as President Joseph Biden prepares for his first visit to Michigan as president. He will tour the Pfizer plant in Portage, producing the COVID vaccine.
And we will have live team coverage of this historic day throughout the afternoon, starting right now with political reporter Rick Albin outside the Pfizer plant in Portage. Rick?
Well, as you say, this is a first in a number of ways. It'll be the first time that President Biden returns to the state of Michigan as president after winning the election, the inauguration, and all that has ensued since last November. But it is here at this facility that he'll be thanking the workers who produced the first ever approved COVID-19 vaccine. This is key, he says, in making sure that this country can come back from this pandemic. Another 100 million doses of that vaccine have already been ordered by the federal government, and they'll all be produced right here. So he'll be coming here this afternoon in about 2 hours. We expect him to land here in the area, and then we believe he will motorcade here to the Pfizer plant. He will tour the plant, and then we know he's going to talk to a group of workers sometime in the middle of the afternoon before he gets back to the airport, and he'll be back on his way to Washington, D.C. before the end of the workday. So far here, it's mostly just media. There's quite a bit of security, and just television and radio and newspaper people have gathered here as we begin to start this coverage. But it will be a full afternoon of activities as the president comes here to talk to those workers. Now, we expect that the governor, U.S. Senator Gary Peters, some state representatives, and others will be meeting him at the airport and perhaps traveling with him here to Pfizer, something we'll be keeping our eyes on. This is an important stop for the president because, as we say, this is where it all began. That first COVID vaccine that was developed and approved that comes from here. And now as we move into the vaccination process and that rollout has become a little more steady, it'll be interesting to see what, if anything, he says about the supply and about the timeline that's now several months off before we get to that full herd immunity that we've heard so much about. We'll be here throughout the afternoon with team coverage, as you say. Right now, we'll go back to you.
Now, Rick, I know that there's been some issues with getting the vaccine out of Memphis with FedEx, with some of this weather that we've been having lately. Do we expect the president to really speak about what's been happening there?
Yeah, I don't know if he'll address that part or not. I know that distribution is always a concern because there are any number of places where you can run into a bottleneck, right? And so weather in the South that they don't expect, that we expect almost any day, but they're not prepared for, can be a real problem when it comes to that distribution. And distribution is key because as quick as they can make it here, this vaccine needs to be spread around the country in order for people to be able to get, as the phrase that we hear so often, shots in arms. And so he may or may not talk about that distribution, but I think he almost certainly is going to talk about the importance of continuing and maybe even enhancing the speed of production. And one of the things that one of the people of the White House told me earlier this week, that the president will be reaching out to Pfizer and saying, what can we do? Is there anything that we can help you do that will further streamline this process? Because time really is of the essence.
All right, thanks. Rick Albin reporting live in Portage today. Our team coverage continues with Justin Kolar.
He's live at Kalamazoo Battle Creek Airport, where President Biden will arrive this afternoon. Justin?
Emily and Tom, what we've seen here at the airport over the last few hours is nothing short of a Herculean snow removal effort. The tarmac behind me was covered with snow this morning when we first got here. We've seen several heavy machine units remove that snow from the entire tarmac to make way for Air Force One. Now, due to the size of this runway here at the Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport, this won't be the typical 747 style jet that we're used to seeing presidents fly in. This will be the smaller 757 version that usually is used as Air Force Two now, which is coincidentally, Biden will be familiar with that jet as that was the one he would transport in as Barack Obama's vice president. Now, things are different this go around, though. Air Force Two was last here December of 2019 when then Vice President Mike Pence visited Portage. As I say, this is a different experience today, though. This is not typically how visits of this magnitude are handled. The media has been given very limited access due to COVID-19 concerns. There will be no press on the tarmac, no greetings of any kind. This is as close as we get, and I'm telling you this actually standing on the roof of our news van to try to give you the best possible vantage point that I can of the runway and Biden's arrival, which we expect to see the president step off of Air Force One onto the tarmac behind me here just before 2 o'clock. And when that happens, we'll let you know. Be sure to stay with us both on air and online at woodtv.com. We're reporting live in Portage. Justin Kolar, News 8.
Okay, Justin, thank you for that. And again, the president is expected to land in Kalamazoo around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then he will make his way to Pfizer. We have several crews in the area, and once he arrives, we will bring you live coverage here on Wood TV 8, woodtv.com, and our Facebook page.